Hey guys, welcome to Yellowstone. Today we are hiking to Fairy Falls. So we park at the Grand Prismatic parking lot, but unfortunately it's really busy today. So we've had to just pull in a little bit up the river and just do a short walk to the trailhead from here. You can see it's a Saturday and it's sunny, so Yellowstone's busy.
Let's go.
So we're starting the trail by crossing this bridge at the Fairy Falls parking lot, and the first big thing that you'll see is it's quite crowded because a lot of people are going to the Grand Prismatic Overlook, so we'll show you that first before we head on to Fairy Falls. So there's a slight fork in the trail, but we're going to head up to the Grand Prismatic Overlook, and because you can link back on to get up to Fairy Falls anyway. It's quite steep, but it's quite short, so it is over quite quickly, and then you level out to this area.
Eu nunca fui trabalhar lá. Yeah, once he learns.
Okay, that's enough right there.
Wow, it was so packed up there. Like, you could barely even see the view, and to get like a picture, people were like barging people out of the way. There were some international people from like China, and they were so rude, like shoving people and everything. So definitely try and get up there earlier in the morning when it's quiet. But the colours are really cool, it's really popping today. And now we're heading down to rejoin the trail to head to Fairy Falls. So there's the Grand Prismatic. So we actually just took some pictures just a little bit further down the trail from there, and I'm really glad that we did, because at least now the pictures are just us, whereas earlier on it was like a picture of like everybody up there, or you were like jam-packed zoomed in. So yeah, the trail's a lot quieter once you leave the summit. So yeah, it's not too far out to Fairy Falls. It's a easy hike. There's only 700 feet of gain for the whole trail, and that includes some of this. So yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. So we're back on the ground level, and this is Grand Prismatic as seen from floor level. So you can see some of the colours, but you definitely get a better view when you look at it up top. Here we go, and it's just a short 1.6 this way to Fairy Falls. Since the turning onto the trail, we have just walked on this gravel, it's a really wide trail through some new forest. The trees are really small and cute, it smells of pine, and there's quite a few people on the trail. It's not crowded, but there are other people around, which I think if you are nervous about hiking in grizzly bear country, that's always something that can put your mind at ease. We always carry bear spray in grizzly country, just as a precaution. there's already a touch of fall colours here amongst all the evergreens. So full transparency, the trail itself is kind of uneventful. You're walking through a forest, there's not many viewpoints, but the fact you get the Grand Prismatic overlook at the beginning, which is obviously exceptional, and then you come to this really cool waterfall, is what makes the trail. And it's not a hard trail, it's very straightforward. We haven't even broke really a sweat. It's
Speak for yourself.
it's pretty level, and yeah. So we have just 0.2 miles to go until we get up to the summit. Well, the summit, I mean to the waterfall. And it's just starting to open up now, and you can see up onto the cliffs. So I'm guessing that's probably where the water is going to come from on the waterfall, but it's 0.2 miles uphill. So this is the only real section of the trail other than the Grand Prismatic overlook where you are actually climbing. But as it's only 0.2 miles, it shouldn't be too bad. I think it's a 12% grade, so and I think it's just coming up now. Oh, I see it now. Just up here. And there's our first glimpse of Fairy Falls. Cool, very Yosemite actually.
Okay, do you think?
Yeah. There's some gorgeous fall colours just on the side, and then here is Fairy Falls. This is so cool. This is one of the tallest waterfalls other than the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone. So I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. Please do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I've got so much content from here and other hikes and national parks all across the world. So we're just heading back now from Fairy Falls. It actually took, pause the tape, it took us just 1 hour to get there, and that was with us stopping at the Grand Prismatic to have a look as well. So a really straightforward hike, and it really is so flat. Like, this is a very easy hike. Just to note though, at the top there's a lot of very loose boulders, and to get to the waterfalls there's a series of logs, boulders and a little creek crossing, and it is quite sketchy for tripping over. And one poor lady had actually fallen and cut all of her nose open, bless her, and all they could do was just pop a tampon up there, you know, just to stop the bleeding. So do be careful and make sure you always carry like a little first aid kit, because you just don't know if you're going to have a little accident or something. Is it the best waterfall in the world? Absolutely not. And I think if you've been to Yosemite in particular, or to some of the trails in Banff and Jasper, and Yoho National Park in Canada.
I didn't say Oregon.
Yes,
Portland.
yeah, because there was the 10 trail. Yeah, that's so true actually. We have a video on the channel of that.
Much bigger and better.
Yeah. So I think But for Yellowstone, obviously you have the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone, which is a huge epic waterfall, and there are lots of other little ones like Tower Falls and stuff. But I think if you want to just do an easy hike, especially like for us today, we're on a wildlife watching day. We saw a grizzly bear this morning, we saw some bull elk, some deer, bison, and now we're in that middle part of the day. It's the warmest day of our vacation, so it's quite dry and hot. So the wildlife's going to be a little less active at this point. So for us, it made more sense to go on a little hike to just break the day up. And it really was a pleasant, happy, lovely hike. And the view of Grand Prismatic and the falls are great. In between, you're just in the forest, but you get your steps in. And I think we both have earned a nice huckleberry ice cream at Old Faithful after this. So we didn't need to go back up to view the Grand Prismatic, so we're just hiking on the ground level back to the Grand Prismatic parking lot and trailhead. And along the way there's some lookouts amongst the trees where you can peek at the colours and the smoke rising up off Grand Prismatic. And the geyser basin, which is really pretty, and this part of the trail is a little bit quieter than the bit up to Grand Prismatic.
So what's the bit we come down from now?
Up there.
Oh, we've already gone past it.
Exactly 2 hours later, back at the park.
We drive till the light shines bright in our eyes. A cold night.